09. It's great to be with you. Now, the last time you guys met in the Octagon back at UFC 205 in November, the bout ends in a draw at Madison Square Garden. What was your reaction when that decision came down?
You know, I felt like it was a Steve Harvey moment, or as I heard from the Oscars last night, it was one of those moments where you thought you won, they said you won, and all of a sudden they bring it back and they say it's a draw. So, you know, it was an anticlimactic moment for myself. I thought I did enough to win, but we run in the back. So, you know, I get to go out there and make it a decisive win that nobody can walk away and say it's a draw.
Right. A good analogy there with the Oscars last night. And you said that you weren't at your best that night. Why not?
You know, no, he said he wasn't at his best. I don't make excuses. You know, he said I wasn't stronger. I didn't pull the trigger. You know, it's several things that happened within the training camp. And with me and my team, it's behind closed doors. If you sign a bout agreement and you show up to fight, win, lose, or draw, you don't talk about injuries. You don't talk about, you know, adversity in training camp. It's all a part of the task. And a lot of times fighting through that adversity and being mentally strong in those situations allow you to have those moments. So I had a lot of adversity in my last training camp. You know, it allowed me to go into those fourth and fifth rounds and really had a chip on my shoulder. This time, I had less adversity in training camp. I should be stronger. I should be in better condition. I should be more agile. You should see a better Tyron Woodley.
He says a lot of things. He told the MMAnews.com that he felt he'd have to agitate you to get a rematch. And I just want to show folks at home what he said. He said, I knew I was probably going to have to poke him a little bit, and I did on social media, which actually I think got him to sign that contract. He said he was actually going to sign it to begin with, but, you know, I signed the contract in early December and was waiting around, and he's over here talking about fighting other guys. I mean, what do you think about what he said there?
You know, the younger kids call him thirsty. I think he was having a moment where he needed an IV. He was being extremely thirsty. He knew I had committed to the fight already before then. You know, but when George St. Pierre is talking about fighting you, Michael Bisping's talking about fighting you, and he knew in his heart he lost the fight, he should be glad he's even getting a rematch. So with that said, he's not in the driver's seat. And just the way that the fight's promoted, the way that they're talking about how resilient he was and how, you know, he's coming back stronger and he didn't do what he did last time, I think he's just hilarious. I just can't wait to watch the entire thing blow up in his face and go and put him away. And I'm going to walk away like a champion do. I expect to win. I train to win. It won't be by surprise. It won't be by fluke. And, you know, that's how it goes. So, yeah, you know, he didn't have to poke me. And quite frankly, I believe it was his dad on his social media handle tweeting for him.
You think his father was actually tweeting for him?
Yeah, I don't even think he goes to the restaurant by himself yet. So, you know, for me, it's just hilarious that, you know, a 34-year-old man, you know, just can't separate himself and leave the Wonder Boy status and come into manhood. But he's going to learn March 4th.
Okay, you said before UFC 205 that he was the one who was marketed as the champion. You took exception to, you know, he's the one parading around with an American flag. And you said that because of your race, and this was your quote, you're the worst treated champion in the history of the UFC. So elaborate. What did you mean by that?
You know, exactly what I said. You know, I don't want to backtrack any statements. You know, sometimes people say, oh, maybe you should clean it up. And no, I don't want to clean it up because what I said was actual factual. I'm not going to go into specific instances and situations, but you do the math. Look at the current promo. The current promo is talking about how, you know, he was so resilient. Even the music behind it says, give me your best shot, meaning that he took my best shot and he kept ticking. Every single significant strike, every blow that he threw that landed, that did any damage is portrayed on a trailer. But you watch, I knocked him down 4 times in 1 round. Go back and look at the trailer and tell me how many times you see me knocking him down. I had him in submission trouble for an entire minute. The first round was a completely lopsided round. The way that the back and forth, you know, promos or for the fights is showing that it was a teeter-tottering fight. It wasn't like that. He got completely annihilated 2 of those rounds, and then the other 3 rounds were even close. So with that said, you know, I'm just going to go out there, do my thing. I'm the greatest welterweight of all time, and all I have to do is continue to knock guys off one by one. He's going to be one guy that's going to get knocked off. The next guy is going to get knocked off, and I might not get the respect. I might not get the credit until it's all said and done, and I'm okay with that. I never got into this game for the fame. I never got into it for the glory. I got into it to be the very best welterweight that ever graced the cage canvas, and that's what I'm going to do. So he's just a stepping stone. And
UFC President Dana White, he was asked about these comments, and he said that you're a smart guy, you're good-looking, explosive, you've got knockout power, but he also called you a drama queen. I know you talked to him about those comments. What did he say he meant by that?
Well, I told him he was a drama queen. He is. You know, it's just funny that, you know, if you look at how things are going, you know, me and Dana have a funny relationship. He called me and actually, I don't know if it was before the interview or after the interview, but he told me exactly what he said or was going to say. I don't know which took place first. I really didn't have a problem with it. I actually thought it was kind of funny. He actually said a lot of complimentary things about me being intelligent, about the way I fight. But when you look at how a champion is promoted, you know, I'm the champion of the world. This takes a long time to get to this point. This has been a 10-year journey for myself. Why aren't people talking about how many movies I've been in, how many commercials, the fact that I'm a television analyst, the fact that I'm a father, the fact that I'm a husband, the fact that I'm an entrepreneur, a business owner, the fact that I'm from Ferguson, Missouri, a family of 13 in a house of 4 bedrooms. Nobody communicates about that. What it took for me to get to this point, that's the story. That's what makes it so significant that I'm in this point. I've had many opportunities to quit, many opportunities to, you know, go to the street, sell drugs. I used to be a gangbanger. Nobody talks about that. I looked at this promo and almost threw up, saying, oh, you know, we didn't have money. We freaking bought a sack of potatoes and we had to eat that for a week. I'm like, man, you've never been in the grind. And it's not taking it away from you, but you never had your lights cut off, been evicted from homes, had to sneak back into your home that you've been evicted from to take a cold shower. So I don't want to hear it, man. You know, I built in the grind. I'm built in the darkness. And when I get in the octagon, you know, he's going to see a Tyron Woodley that's fighting with passion, that's fighting for God, that's fighting for his family. And, you know, it's going to be no brainer. It's going to be no judges needed. The judges can take a break during that fight. They can walk out, go get a cup of coffee, because the only person that's going to need to be there is a referee to peel me off of him.
Well, you make a great advocate for yourself. You do a great job telling your story. So just keep telling it and keep on winning, and people will keep on paying attention.
Yeah, and you guys, if you guys want to see my story from my lens and my view and what's really going on, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have a great series called The Champ Camp and also The Champ Life, and I give you the uncut raw, the unfiltered. You get to know me a little bit personally, a little bit more in depth, and that's where you're going to see the real Tyron. That's where you're going to see what really happened in these fights, because a lot of times it's chopped up and it's edited to paint a picture. This is a great fight. You guys have seen it once. We really don't have to promote it. I can say, this is a great matchup. He has this style. He has that style. Let's watch and see. We've seen it already. He's going to be better for this fight. I'm going to be better for this fight. I'm going to want it more. I'm not walking out the octagon without my belt.
All right, Tyron Woodley, we have to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us this morning on Face to Face, and good luck.
Thank you.